In the quaint town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within the thick woods, lived a teenager named Alex. One gloomy winter evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, Alex found themselves home alone. The ancient Victorian house they lived in creaked with every gust of wind, its time-worn walls harboring secrets of generations past. Alex's parents had left for a rare night out, leaving behind a list of chores and a cautionary note about strange occurrences rumored in the town. As darkness enveloped the house, Alex heard whispers echoing through the narrow hallways, unsettled. They dismissed it as their imagination, attributing it to the eerie silence that surrounded them. However, the whispers persisted, growing louder and more distinct, weaving a chilling tale of a long-forgotten tragedy that had befallen the previous inhabitants. Attempting to shake off the unsettling feeling, Alex sought refuge in the warmth of their room, only to be greeted by flickering shadows that danced ominously on the walls. The air grew colder, and the atmosphere became charged with an otherworldly energy. Doors creaked open of their own accord, and the floorboards seemed to groan under the weight of invisible footsteps. In a desperate attempt to dispel the rising fear, Alex turned to technology, seeking solace in the glow of their laptop. As they navigated through social media, strange messages appeared on the screen, written in an archaic language that sent shivers down their spine. The whispers intensify, revealing a connection between the haunted past of Ravenswood and the peculiar occurrences in Alex's home. Fearful yet intrigued, Alex delved into the town's history, uncovering a forgotten chapter involving a family cursed by a malevolent force. The family had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unresolved mysteries. As the night wore on, the boundary between the supernatural and the tangible blurred, and Alex became entwined in the spectral web that ensnared Ravenswood. Just as the clock struck midnight, a spectral figure materialized before Alex, a tortured soul seeking redemption for a crime buried in the town's history. Together they embarked on a journey to confront the darkness that plagued Ravenswood, navigating the ethereal realm that coexisted with their own dot. As the first light of dawn broke, the whispers faded, and the malevolent presence lifted. Alex stood alone in the serene aftermath, the house returning to its usual stillness. The mysterious specter had found peace, and Ravenswood seemed to exhale a collective sigh of relief. From that night onward, the town's haunted tales became a distant memory, fading like the echoes of a ghostly whisper. Alex, forever changed by the spectral encounter, carried the weight of a secret known only to those who tread the delicate boundary between the living and the dead in the town of Ravenswood. In the remote countryside, Sarah found herself alone in an aging mansion. Her parents, called away unexpectedly, left her with the daunting task of house-sitting for the weekend. As dusk settled, an eerie silence blanketed the grand estate. The centuries-old house groaned with each passing breeze, its time-worn walls seemingly whispering tales of bygone eras. Unperturbed, Sarah immersed herself in a book by the flickering light of the fireplace, dismissing the occasional creaks as the natural symphony of an old dwelling. As the night deepened, a peculiar unease crept over her. The shadows cast by the antique furniture took on a life of their own, dancing in the dim candlelight, Sarah tried to shake off the feeling, attributing it to her vivid imagination fueled by the spooky ambience. Turning to technology for distraction, she pulled out her laptop. To her surprise, the Wi-Fi signal flickered, and the screen displayed a series of cryptic messages from an unknown sender. The messages hinted at a dark history tied to the mansion, unveiling a chilling narrative of tragic events that transpired within its walls. Determined to unravel the mystery, Sarah delved into the mansion's archives. Yellowed pages spoke of a family whose untimely demise remained shrouded in mystery. Legends whispered of a malevolent spirit that sought solace in the afterlife, forever tethered to the house. As the clock struck midnight, the mansion came alive with inexplicable phenomena. Doors slammed shut, footsteps echoed in empty corridors, and ghostly apparitions flickered in and out of view. Sarah, gripped by fear, clutched the ancient family heirloom, a silver locket, hoping it would ward off the encroaching supernatural forces. In a room adorned with faded portraits, Sarah encountered the ghostly apparition of a young girl, the last scion of the ill-fated family. The spectral child beckoned Sarah towards a hidden chamber where a long-lost diary unveiled the grim truth behind the family's demise. A malevolent force had ensnared their souls, seeking retribution for a past sin committed within those very walls. As Sarah confronted the vengeful spirit, the mansion trembled, and a bone-chilling wail echoed through the night. At the break of dawn, as the first light pierced through the darkness, the mansion stood silent once more. The ghostly apparitions faded away, leaving Sarah standing alone in the aftermath of a supernatural encounter. The once haunted mansion now bore the scars of a restless history, and Sarah, forever changed, carried the weight of the chilling tale that unfolded during her solitary night in the echoing halls of solitude. In the heart of an ancient and sprawling forest, Emily found herself ensconced in the eerie quietude of an isolated cabin sanctuary far removed from the ceaseless hum of civilization. Her family's decision to immerse themselves in the natural embrace of the wilderness for a weekend unwittingly thrust her into a chilling tale that unfolded amidst the shadows of profound isolation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting elongated shadows that danced through the dense tapestry of trees, Emily sensed an unsettling presence lingering within the cabin's time-worn walls, a relic of solitude. The structure itself seemed to exhale the untold stories of countless souls who had sought refuge beneath its weathered roof. In an attempt to dismiss the unsettling atmosphere, Emily illuminated the cabin with the soft glow of a lantern and sought solace within the pages of a book, the rustling leaves outside providing an eerie accompaniment to the whispers that seemed to echo through the stillness. Yet, as the night deepened, the forest surrounding the cabin came alive with mysterious sounds. The branches creaked in the wind, leaves rustled with unseen movements, and distant whispers intertwined with the darkness, creating an otherworldly symphony that reverberated through the ancient trees. Emily, now gripped by an unshakable fear, questioned the wisdom of her decision to remain alone in the heart of the wilderness. In a desperate search for reassurance, Emily turned to her phone, where she stumbled upon an old photograph in her gallery, a captivating image capturing the cabin's essence decades ago. Intrigued by the cryptic allure of the past, She embarked on a journey to unravel the forgotten history of this secluded retreat. Tales emerged of a reclusive artist who had vanished mysteriously within its walls, adding layers of unease to Emily's growing apprehension. As the clock struck midnight, a haunting piano melody resonated from the depths of the cabin. A spectral figure, draped in tattered garments, played a melancholic tune that seemed to echo from the very soul of the ancient abode. Paralyzed with terror, Emily watched in awe as the ghostly pianist dissolved into the shadows, leaving behind an ethereal ambience that hung heavily in the air, fueled by an insatiable thirst for truth. Emily embarked on a meticulous exploration of concealed passages within the cabin. Behind a dusty bookshelf, she unearthed a long-forgotten journal, a fragile relic belonging to the missing artist. The pages within painted a vivid and unsettling picture of a descent into madness, with the artist claiming communion with otherworldly entities dwelling within the depths of the forest. The spectral encounters escalated, with ghostly apparitions materializing throughout the cabin. Emily, now an unwilling participant in a hauntingly beautiful yet terrifying paranormal saga, sought answers from these ethereal beings. The whispers grew louder, weaving a rich narrative of tragedy, betrayal, and an ancient curse that shackled the spirits to the secluded cabin. In a climactic confrontation that transcended the boundaries of the living and the spectral, Emily found herself facing the vengeful spirit of the long-lost artist. In a heart-wrenching exchange, forgiveness and understanding became the catalysts for breaking the ancient curse, releasing the captive souls to find their eternal rest. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, the enchanted forest fell into a profound silence, and Emily stood amidst the tranquil aftermath of a nightmarish odyssey. The isolated cabin, once a sanctuary for tormented spirits, now bore the weight of a history unveiled by the lone witness to its spectral secrets. Emily, forever changed by the ethereal encounter, emerged from the enchanted woods with a tale that transcended the boundaries of the mundane, a tale of echoes that lingered long after the last ghostly whisper had faded away.